guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and read the description. So I apologize. Looking at like my calendar over there. I apologize because I was supposed to make a video and upload it for this week on the 25th, which was a Tuesday, and I totally forgot. And I just remembered Wednesday. Today's Thursday, so I'm making a video Thursday. Gonna edit today, and it's gonna go out tomorrow. But it's gonna go out Friday. So yeah, but I'll make a little short video just so y'all know. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then I had this idea. I have my phone in case I need it. So I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do for this week's video, but I was like, you know what? I was thinking, how about sharing my testimony? So I don't really have any notes or anything. But I kind of pretty much was like going through my head, like just thinking about what exactly is my testimony. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So yeah. Okay. So I guess let's get right into the video. Not sure how long this video is gonna be. Expect it to be at least 10, 15, 20 minutes long. Not quite sure. Okay, so I guess it goes back to, let's start back to at least in probably 2020. Okay, so first let me tell you when I actually believed in all that and stuff, and I actually got saved, and then at the end of the video I'll show you my certificate of baptism thing. So it was the year of 2016. On October 16th of 2016, I got baptized that year. And the reason why I got baptized on October 16th was because it was my great grandma's birthday, and we wanted it to be a day to where my mom, because when my mom got baptized, she doesn't even remember when she got baptized. She just knew that she was probably around at least 10 or so, around that age, or maybe even a teenager. I'm not sure how old my mom was, but I think she might have even been younger than I was. So she might have been younger than 9 or something, but she don't even remember when she got baptized. All she remembered when she got how she got baptized, and she believed in all that. She just doesn't remember the date and all that or anything like that. So that's why she really wants to she wanted, when I got baptized, she wanted for us to remember the date. So since the date was already something meaningful to us, that's why we went ahead and I got baptized on October 16th, 2016. I've been baptized for, gosh, this year I think it'll be, I'm just gonna get out my phone, go on my calculator and figure that out instead of doing it. Okay. So it'll be 7 years this year that's 7 years ago on October 16th of 2023, 7 years ago I would have been baptized. Wow. That means 7 years ago I was 9. That's so weird to think. Okay. So that's when I got baptized. And then let's skip forward to, okay, so I don't know if you can be able to tell because the flies are so fast, but there's so many flies and it's bothering the heck out of me. See, I just seen one flying by. So it's if you see some, just try to ignore it because they're I just seen it again. They're bothering the heck out of me. So I don't even know where they came from. Okay, so let's skip forward to about 4 to 5 years. I just had to count on my hand to see. And so it's about 2020, the year of COVID, and something very traumatic happened to somebody in my family. And I was really close with them. And so yeah, I was pretty close with them. It was my great grandmother, the one that was born on October 16th. And so in 2016, she had lived down here for about 4 years. So the last 4 years of her life, I became really close with her. And so literally I'd probably say she was I didn't really have a lot of friends back in 2020 because I mean it was 2020, so there was really no school and stuff, and I'm homeschooled. And so I didn't really have a lot of friends as I do now. So you'll understand how I get more friends later on in the video. And so since I didn't have a lot, I would say she was probably my like one of like my best friends that like it may sound weird that one of your grandparents or like a great grandparent actually to me is one of your best friends, but when I actually got to know her, like know her, she's like pretty funny and like she's really cool. Like she's hilarious at sometimes because when I very first met her, she was like, I'll like just do like a quick story, and she was like, okay, me and my cousin were like in the RV and stuff, and she's like, you need to clean the windows. You missed that spot. You missed that spot. And we were always like, oh gosh, she's like not such of a fun great grandma. And we're like, but she was actually turned out to be pretty fun. Literally, okay, I had pictures, but I don't know where they are. Um, and so literally, like, she was like 80 something years old, probably around like 80 years old, like in her 80s when we went and got her in 2016. And it was on our way back, I think, because we had already gotten her. So we were coming back down here to where I live. And we're literally at a park because we stopped and then we used the restroom in the RV. And then we went and, we're just like at this park thing, and so it's a big pavilion, so we're just running around. She's literally chasing us at 80 something years old, and we're like, whoa, she's fun now. We're like, this is the funnest grandparent I've ever had. Well, like great grandparent. And I was like, whoa, I didn't think. And then now as I look back, I'm like, wow, grandma was like chasing us around. Literally, we have pictures of her like chasing us around at 80 something years old. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool, grandparent. So over those years, I began to come really close with her. She wasn't that tall. I don't know how tall she was, but she was pretty much like me. Um, she really loved Jesus, and she would always talk like and just say things like, "Oh well, if he just wants to come and take me, just let him take me." And we're like, "Don't talk like that." And like she was ready. She didn't care. She was like, if he wants to come take me, come take me. Like come bring me home to heaven and stuff. And we're like, don't talk like that. Like that's sad. And um she was okay, I'll stand up, but I don't know how tall she was to me. Probably maybe about like right here or something, or maybe to my shoulders. She was kind of I would say tall, but not really tall. So maybe about like 5 feet or something. And I'm probably like 5'3" or 5'2". And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna pass great grandma up. I'm gonna pass her up like in the height and stuff. And sure enough, I would remember when every time I'd go and I'd hug her because when we were leaving, I'd be like I'd literally I'd have to like bend down a little bit because she couldn't bend up anymore. And then my cousin, I don't I think my cousin did pass her. I think my cousin's taller than her now. But we can't really check because she's not here anymore. But I think she did pass her height before she did pass away. But okay, so in 2020, I was at a summer camp, and we were supposed to go to Lost Pines, and then it got canceled because of COVID and all that. So we made our own summer camp. It's probably about Wednesday that I don't know. She just started getting sick, and then I kind of started questioning now, like, what did she really pass away from? And I guess it was just she started getting sick and just started going downhill. But I don't even really know what she started passing away from. But I think she was just getting really sick and stuff towards the end of her life, and towards the end, it was like she couldn't almost like walk or something because I'd remember her being like in wheelchairs and stuff, and she used to be able to use like a walker and stuff. Um, and I'll put like two pictures at the end of the video. I'm nowhere near done. I'm just saying like I will put two pictures of me and her at the end of the video. So yeah, so like I became to come really close with her. And then, so it was like Wednesday, but my mom didn't tell me because she started becoming sick around like Wednesday, I think. And then, she ended up passing away on July 27th of 2020. And I was like, I remember coming home from camp because my mom was with me, but my mom kind of like didn't really tell me because she knew if she told me, I would like want to go home immediately. and I wouldn't even want to be there, and I still had a couple more days left. So I was like, and so she didn't tell me, and I was like, why wouldn't you tell me? And I understand why she didn't tell me, because she didn't want me to be sad, and I knew I would have been like extremely upset if she would have told me and kind of like ruined the rest of my week. So I understand why she didn't tell me, but I kind of wish at the same time she almost did tell me, just because it's like it's almost like I understand why she didn't tell me, but then I also was a little mad at her, like mad at my mom, because well, like that's my great grandma that I really loved her and everything, and I was really close with her. Like, why wouldn't you tell me? But also at the same time, it's like it was kind of weird emotions, because I was like mad at my mom, but then I was also like, okay, I understand why you didn't tell me, but I was just like really confused and stuff, and it was all too shocking. And I was like, okay, this is too confusing. This is overwhelming for me. And I was asked on the Monday before she ended up passing away if I wanted to go see her. And my mom, she said, I don't know if she will want to. That's what she was telling my grandpa. She's like, I don't know if she'll want to, but I'm going to give her the option in case she wants to. But my mom's like, she personally didn't want to see her like that and remember her like with all like towards the end of her life, with all like her just going downhill and all that, not being happy. So she didn't want to remember her like that, and I was like, I couldn't do it. I was just afraid if I would see her like that, it would bring me back, like it would almost like, not in a weird way, but almost like haunt me with like the images I've seen of her or something. So I was like, I don't want to see something like that. So it's like, I was like, no, I can't do that. It's like watching somebody like that you really know, that's like, if it was like, I don't know, I just don't know if I could really, I don't think I could do it. Like, I don't know. I might be able to if I was older, but still, I was like, still like I was like barely even 13. And so I was like, I didn't want to see that when I was 13. Like, seeing my great grandma, like, just pretty much pass away peacefully. And then I think it was a Monday she might have passed away, or like a Wednesday or something. I'm not even sure what day, but I know the date. I know that when my grandpa went to go see if she was like, I think like to check on her or something to wake her up, he realized that she had passed away in her sleep. And so yeah, and then I would say I was probably around like maybe for a couple weeks, maybe even a month. I'm not even sure it was a month. I was kind of like mad at God, because I was like, well, why would he take her? Like, if he knew she meant so much to me, like, why would he want to see me hurt and be in pain if he loved me, when like she's over there, like he's over there taking somebody precious, so like special and precious to me? Why would he want to see me in pain? And I didn't really understand it, and I still don't really understand it now. It's kind of hard to explain. Not unless you've really like been through something kind of like I've been through. So I don't even really understand it myself now, but I've kind of understand, and I've like, okay, I've accepted the fact that she's not here anymore. But there's still times where like I miss her and stuff. Like, I'm like, there's a lot of times where I miss her and I just start like crying, because it's just like really sad. But I don't know. I still really don't understand. I in the beginning I didn't really understand. I was like, why are you gonna take somebody away from me if like they mean so much to me? And like, why do you want to see me in pain? But it wasn't that he wanted to see me in pain. It was just, it was time for her to go home. And so, and then around like in 2021, I went and I like traveled the whole world with my grandpa, my great aunt, and my cousin. And I wasn't really getting involved in, I was like still going to church on like Sundays and stuff, but I wasn't really getting involved in like um Sunday school and like youth group and stuff. Um but it's not the fact that it was because of the tragedy that happened to me, of like losing my great grandma. It wasn't the fact that that's why I wasn't getting involved. That is not the reason, because I was still going to church and everything, and I accepted the fact, and I've gotten over like being angry at God. It was only like for like at least a couple weeks, not even probably a month. It was just, it was a little confusing. It was like confused, anger, upset, sadness, like, and like emotions all mixed together. Um but the reason why I hadn't really been going to church and all that in youth group was because we didn't really have like the great pastor. We were youth pastor. We were kind of like in between of one youth pastor was moving, so then there was like somebody would come in and like be a volunteer pastor, and then when we eventually found somebody, which I really like how he does it and all that and stuff. I really started getting involved, and it was in 2021 that I started getting more involved. It was around like school year. I think it was like August 31st of 2021. I went, and my teacher's like, "Why don't you go to youth group?" And my friend's like, "Well, she didn't really want to invite me because she went a little bit, but now she's kind of stopped going. But she didn't really want to invite me because she knew how I felt with the whole like it was like really weird because like the stuff that they're talking about was not anything to do with God because they're like literally go outside, take a picture of something God created, which is like literally everything, and then they're like, okay, come in, and then they talked about food or something like that, and I was like, that's a little weird. I don't want to go to some church. Like I was like, I don't want to go to youth group if that's all they're gonna be doing when I can literally do that like here at the house, like talk about food with somebody and just be like, oh look, this is what God created. So that's why I didn't really go. And so I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. So I went, gave it a try, and it was a new person. And I really liked what he did. I was like, wow, this is like he really like knows what he's doing. And so he's been here for about a year, almost two. And then around and like fast forward to 2022, and I start getting more involved, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go to church camp or not. And last year, and I was like, okay, you know what? Last minute, I'm going. And so, because I was like, well, I want to go, but then I didn't really want to go because then I was like, well, I want to go. This was before, like, now all the kids that went last year were like, now like my best friends, but I didn't really know them that well. And so I was like, well, I don't really want to go if I don't really want to know anybody. And then one of my other friends went that I like was like really good friends with her. And I was like, she's going. I want to go, mom. And then my mom was like, okay, I'll figure a way out. And then I ended up going, and I had like the best time ever. I'm going again this year. Already signed up. And so then I started to become really close with the people that went that are like my best friends now. And I would sit on the opposite side from them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, those are the popular kids over there and everything. And they're like, they literally thought I was popular. And I was like, you thought I was popular? And I was like, oh my gosh, I look as them like as the popular kids. And then now we're like all best friends and like we sit with each other and everything. And then fast forward to a couple months later, around it was September, I know the date when I started going. It was actually September. It was a 9/11, and that's when I said, "Hey mom, I want to start going to Sunday school." Well, we call it small groups. And she's like, "Okay, sure," cuz we used to do it in the past, and then I was like, "You know what? I want to start going." And so I start going, and I really like it. And then our youth group, what we do is we get to sit with our youth pastor if our parents let us. Like my parents don't care if I sit with them, like they don't mind. And then normally all the other kids that are on the SLT team, they sit with us, and then that's where we sit over there. And then fast forward a little bit to 2023, I go to Abide, and I'll show you like a thing of a Goose News, but this is what we do for like our Goose News things, and we put it on the back. That's what we do, and we call it like Goose News. Um, and so I don't think I actually have the one. I think I just threw it away. Where it was talking about like being on the leadership team, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do it, but you have to be like in ninth grade to do it. Um, like if you can be like 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, but you can't be any younger than ninth grade. So I was like, you know what? I want to do it. And then you just had to ask our youth pastor for more information. And so I went up to him one time, and everybody else, all my friends, like that are my best friends now, literally thought I was already on the team. And they're like, oh my gosh, I already thought you were on the team. I was like, oh no, because I was like, oh, I'm going to ask for an application and stuff. And they're like, for what? A job? And I was like, no, to be on the SLT team. And they're like, I already thought you were on it. And I was like, no. And they're like, oh, okay. And then I asked for it, and then one of my other best friends now asked for it the same night, and we ended up getting it. And so it was January 25th that I became on the SLT, and I became really close, and I've done Goose News. Like when we circle up and pray, I've prayed for like our youth pastor as he's preaching. I've prayed for one of my best friends giving scripture. Prayed for one of my best friends like praying before worship and all that and kind of stuff. And so I've become like really close with them, and like what we do on the student leadership team is we like pretty much it's like stuff that's like, so our youth pastor isn't doing it all by himself, and to where like we're doing it to where students are leading it, and like they're being a better example and role model for the younger ones. And so like we're pretty much doing a lot of stuff, and then pretty much just getting closer to God. And so that's pretty much my testimony. And then I'll put those pictures at the end. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to camp this year. I'm going to go to the SLT retreat, which will be my first time because I haven't been to one, because next year will be my first year on the SLT, and I'm going to stay on the SLT as long as I can, which will be all the way through 12th grade. So I kind of wish I did start in 9th grade, because I started going in 9th grade, but I didn't, I wasn't on the SLT in 9th grade. But I can see I've grown a lot, because in 9th grade, I was like super shy when I was going to the youth group because I didn't really know anybody there. And then now I'm like literally like everybody knows me there. Like I walk in and everybody just like literally knows my name. It's like almost like I'm the actual popular kid when everybody thought I was popular last year, like in 9th grade. And now everybody like literally knows me. And sometimes I'm like, what's your name again? So yeah, that's pretty much my testimony. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications and read the description. And I guess I'll see you in the next video, which will be May, which I'll have to figure out. Let me figure that out right now. And I'll tell y'all. There will be, since there's like on the calendar, I don't know if it's gonna like, okay, I don't think it's gonna focus, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tuesdays. So I'll do one the 2nd. Well, actually, I won't do one the 2nd. It'll be the 9th, the 23rd. Actually, there'll only be 2 videos. So it'll just be the 9th and the 23rd. So 2 videos in May. And also, just to let y'all know, I'll keep reminding y'all, but when I'm gone at summer camps, I'm not going to be posting videos on it, because I'll be gone in the 2nd week of June, and that would be a video probably. Yeah, that would be. Oh my gosh, I'm literally going to camp like so soon. It's so soon. And then when I'm gone for my scout camp and other things, I won't be posting for that. So just let y'all know, if you're like, oh my gosh, did she forget to post? Like, it's the summer. What happened? Nothing happened. It's just I'm away on camp, so I won't be posting. So I guess I'll see y'all in the next video, which will be May 9th, I think. Yeah, I'll be May 9th, so I'll see y'all in the next video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.